Hey, this is Justin with Day Trade the Markets on November 29th. Can't believe it's almost December, but it is. Anyway, I thought I would we typically look at the ES, the E-mini S&P, and some other markets, but don't often look at the euro. But I did have someone asking about the euro today, so I thought I'd make a video of that and look at the kind of the 1 minute chart, what it was telling us, and also how the high of the day happened to correspond with a pretty big resistance level on our bigger picture chart, swing trading chart. So it was kind of interesting. If you look at the chart here, again, this is the euro 1 minute chart. You can see it starts about 2 a.m. Eastern time on mine. That's where I live, on the east coast of the U.S. So that's early morning in Europe, obviously. But I just wanted to include the entire session, and you can see here when we just kind of look at what the software is telling us. Our first major structure, and I always like to look at what the first major structure of the day is. The first major structure is a level 2 buying aggression bar, telling you very strong buying aggressions coming in, and we get some follow through, and we even get a level 3 buying aggression at that bar there, and didn't quite even test the low. Then we had follow through. So at this point it's telling us that bulls are definitely in control early on in the session. Here's a high velocity move that holds as well. The filter is turning green. You can see we just keep getting the structures that we're getting are buying structures, where the first thing we ask when we have a buying structure is, does the low hold? And every time we get a buying structure, the low is holding. Here's our first selling structure right here, this level 2 selling aggression bar. So we ask ourselves, in this case, can the high hold? Well, in this case, no, it didn't. We didn't get any follow through. The high did not hold. In fact, it was rejected. So again, that's a bullish indication. And all the way through, the early session, we get bullish indications until around 10 o'clock Eastern, where we get on the high of the day, a level 3 aggression bar and another level 3 buying aggression bar. However, and I'm going to show you this in a second, you can see this happened to match up with a bigger picture resistance level that we had. And a lot of times what we find is that when you have a level 3 bar on the high or low of the day, if there's not follow through and instead there's rejection, it often does signify the high of the day. And so that's what happened. This bumped into a resistance area. You can see that right there after we had the first selling structure that had follow through, we had this level 2 selling aggression bar. That's telling us that perhaps this is capitulation. We don't know yet, but perhaps it's capitulation, because we have, as soon as that bar forms, we have a level 2, we show some strong selling aggression entering the market. So because that was a resistance area, we have to ask ourselves, okay, is this capitulation? Is there selling coming into the market? And that shows that there is. The fact that this gets follow through, and then we have what we call a high velocity move, and then a level 3 selling aggression bar with follow through, tells us something has certainly shifted, and you can see that's the case. We get some level 3 bars all the way down until the very end. Now, in terms of how you would trade this, obviously, there's a lot of different ways you can trade it. The first thing we try to always do is try to put the market in context. What's the most likely short-term direction of the market? And we can do that by looking at our filter, but also just what happens with these aggression bars. Once you have that, you can just jump on board, or you can wait for pullbacks toward the lows of these. This is what we call our level 3 retracement trade, where we're trying to look for pullbacks toward the low of our level 3s. Certainly you can do what we call the confluence type trade, where you're looking for green filter, green zones. Even these decelerations are pretty nice. So there's a lot of different ways to trade it. The point I'm trying to make is just showing you that these aggression bars are really giving us a pretty good heads up as to who's in control of the market. And you can see it wasn't until this high of the day and here where we started to finally see some selling with follow through. Pretty good indication that, at least, it doesn't mean necessarily the market's going to sell off like it did, but it's at least giving you good indication that it's no longer a one-sided market. There is some selling entering the market, and we need to be at least beware. You can see the same type of a thing if I look at a 3 minute chart here of the 6E. Again, our first major structure of the day. We go into the day with our filter green. Our first major structure is a level 2 or a strong buying aggression with follow through. And you can see when we have buying aggression, we have follow through, and we have selling aggression here, we get rejection. Buying aggression, follow through, selling aggression, rejection. It wasn't again until the high of the day where we decelerated off of the high, and then you can see some selling aggression came in that got some follow through. Now what I wanted to also show you was our bigger picture, what we call our swing chart, and this is of the 6E, the euro. going back to about the start of November, and you can see that we bounced off of we had a nice sell-off off of the red zone, bounced off of the green. Our filter goes back to neutral, goes bullish here, and it wasn't. You can see that there is a level here that we tested today on the high. Just interesting that that's obviously something you'd be looking at heading into the day, as this formed a few days ago, this resistance zone. So this price level, if we go back to our 1-minute chart or even our 3-minute chart, you can see that's the price level that we had our bigger picture resistance zone. So again, when we get up to this level, we certainly want to have our you want to be on alert. Certainly, this could be an area of resistance, and then when that level 2 selling aggression bar with follow through, and then some level 3 bars came in, it's telling you pretty clearly if you're long, you want to get out of that long position, or if you were looking on another way to look at that is if you were looking to get into a bigger picture swing type of a trade, you wait until the market tests into this area, and then you look for clues on a shorter term time frame, like we were doing there, like on this 1-minute time frame, where you can see we're testing into this level. Okay, here's a selling clue, here's another selling clue, here's another selling clue. Pretty good confirmation that selling is coming into that market at that expected level. So again, just wanted to look at a different market than we normally look at, the euro, and hopefully that all made sense. If it didn't, let me know, and I can certainly clarify anything on this chart, and we'll talk soon. Hope if you have any questions, just let us know. Thanks.